It is report day for the Eagles. The Birds filing into the NovaCare complex today to report to the start of training camp. Eagles tweeting out this video today. Birds will take the field tomorrow for the first practice of the summer. Football season. Barrett Brooks, it is finally here. We have made it. We have sweat. We have shed everything this summer. We've talked about every topic under the sun, and now we've arrived.
There's nothing else to really talk about right now. I mean,
oh, yes, there is.
People start making stuff up. That's where we were making. No, I'm not going to make stuff up. It has to be something, that's pretty concrete. So that's why I went back to yesteryear. Me talking about what I did when, we had leather helmets and whatnot.
Yes.
So we're back, though. We're back.
We're back.
We're finally back there. They reported. I can remember reporting and oh, man, it was terrible because my stomach was messed up. I'm like, oh, man, we got to
You were nervous about making
run and make weight. Running and make weight. It was $998 a pound if you were a pound over. And then also you had the conditioning test. Oh, my God, I'm starting to get...
I know. It's okay. It's okay. This is also called Bert's Huddle. It's proudly brought to you by Toyota, the official automotive partner of the NFL. That is Barrett Brooks having a little bit of like a nervous reaction.
Yes,
remembering his
for sure.
Training camp days. $999. Also the degree temperature it was when you would take camp.
Oh, no question. And, plus being in Lehigh.
Oh, yeah. In Westchester, too?
Oh, my goodness. Westchester, too. Westchester was down in a pit. And it was my first one, too. That's when I learned the football isn't, all is cracked up.
It's not for the faint of heart. Let's check out our three-point stance. It is presented by Toyota. We're focusing today on the three biggest things we are going to be watching at this camp as it commences. Topping that list, what will Kevin Patullo's offense look like? He takes over, of course, as the offensive coordinator, but he's been in the building for the past four seasons. So how much change do you expect, if at any, given the fact that he knows the system, he knows Jalen Hurts, and he certainly knows Nick Sirianni?
Well, it's going to be basically the same because the concepts will be the same because it's all Nick Sirianni's. But I think the biggest thing is last year we went into this, are they going to run any motions or reverse all that stuff? We didn't see all that. We saw all that stuff in camp, and then we didn't see it during the year. I'm not mad because we ran the rock. But will he implement those type of things? Can we see this team going up, be more innovative in play calling as far as pushing the ball down the field, more passing?
Yeah, 29th right there. There's no way that stays.
No question. You can't say you can't because they just won a Super Bowl with it. They won't allow you as an offense to go out and do the same thing you do. You're not going to be able to punch them in the head like you did last year. So you're going to have to make sure you throw the ball more consistently. It's got to be at least 50-50. And 50-50 is something, that, you look at what Saquon Barkley is and what that offensive line does. You don't really want to do it, but you're going to have to. And I believe, Kevin, KB is going to make sure these guys go out and be more balanced, Give them an opportunity to use the weapons on the outside. We have to admit, Brown and Smith were very, 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 very patient in this offense. Very patient. I don't know if they can go patient 2 years in a row. In fact, I don't want them to go be patient 2 years. Receivers want to go out there and make plays. And these are chunk plays. Yes, we had 7 run plays over 60 yards or more. But the passing game opening up, I can see we doing the same thing, the same complex offense that everybody else runs with our passing game and getting those chunk yards doing that. So let's open it up to Smitty. Let's open it up to Brown. Let's get those guys more involved, we're at a point now that we can't do that. Jalen Hurts can make that happen. And like I said, with motions and putting in the offense where we can, move the defense around so it can be a clear picture to Jalen Hurts on if it's man-to-man, if it's zone, what they're trying to do to him. Plus, I want to see how they, progress as an offense. Can they do it? I would like to see it.
All right, well, speaking of the offense, the second item we're going to be watching this camp is the battle at right guard. A couple of options. You've got Tyler Steen, former first-round pick, Kenyon Green, veteran Matt Pryor. He's back now with the Birds. You would have to think this is Steen's job to lose. He's been here. He certainly knows it and has played it. But what do you think about this battle?
Well, you're talking about experience. Yes, Steen right now is penciled as a starter. He's an Alabama guy, been here the longest out of those guys here, with the exception of Matt Pryor. But he's coming back. But, he doesn't have the experience those guys have. And we all know that, Lane Johnson likes those big guards. And when you look at it, the biggest guy there is Matt Pryor. We're talking about guys 6'6", almost 6'7", a big guard. He enjoys that. Look at, he had, Mekhi Becton last year, Brandon Brooks. He got kind of spoiled with those big guys. But can Tyler Steen go out there and play? I saw it last year. He did a great job last year of filling in, whether it's at left guard or right guard. He did a great job doing it. He's going to have to take it because you got Kenyon Green. They traded for him, brought him up. He's got a lot of starting experience also. He hasn't lived up to the capabilities they thought he was going to have when he drafted him, when the Texans drafted him, but he's going to have an opportunity to go out there and show him. And at this point, whoever you put inside of there is going to be, somebody that's going to be taught very well because you got Lane on one side, and then, you got two Pro Bowlers on each side of it. Cam Jurgens and Lane. So, I mean, it's going to be easy. Whoever's going to be there, it's going to be easy. But you got to reach out and grab. You got to go out there and take it. Who's going to have it? I mean, at this point, I'm saying Tyler Steen, but I could easily see Matt Pryor being a guy to go out there and coming in and snatch it from everybody.
It's funny you mentioned that Kenyon Green hasn't lived up to his potential. Reminds us of Mekhi Becton last year. Hadn't lived up to his potential.
Absolutely.
And he gets here to Stoutland University, and there you go. The third thing we're going to be watching as camp now commences, who's going to step up on defense? The Eagles lost a lot of big pieces on that side of the ball for different reasons. Josh Sweat, Milton Williams, Brandon Graham retired, Darius Slay, C.J. Gardner-Johnson was traded. They have some young players waiting to take over. Are you expecting any drop-off here?
I think the overall thing that we're going to look at is the guys that were here last year just really stepping up because they got an opportunity to play. Guys like Jalen Hunt, and he's going to have to be that bigger end that we had, on one side. Because, I mean, we look at it. At the other side, Nolan Smith's a little small. We're talking about a guy that's, 6'2", 238, 240 pounds. He's going to have to be that big rush in on the other side. I can see him being it. 6'4", 255, 260 pounds, holding the edge. He got some great pass rushing moves. Showed that he can go out there and make some things happen. Then you got the safety position. Who's going to be that guy at the safety position? It's Mario Drew
Makuba.
Makuba's a guy that, everybody's talking about him, but I cannot count out Sidney Brown. He's still somebody that, right now, I think he's going to step up and help and be a starter there. And then you're going to have Sidney Brown at that place. And then you got to turn around. You have Blankenship. And then you have a Quinyon. So, I mean, I like that starting just four guys out there right now. Of course, at the slot position, we're going to have our guy, DeJean. But those four guys right now could be starting that secondary and be very, very comparable to last year's secondary.
It's something to watch, certainly, because that was the only really significant losses when you look at it as far as last year to this year. Let's check out the playbook presented by Supercuts. When we return here, Dave Zangaro and Ruben Frank let us know how likely a repeat is for the Eagles. Plus, the Birds added a couple of players along the D-line with camp getting underway and two major holdouts around the NFL. How might they impact the Birds? This is Birds Huddle presented by Toyota, the official automotive partner of the NFL.